The number 7 has different meanings depending on if you're talking about its biblical meaning, its meaning in spirituality, or its meaning in numerology. It is the most important number in the Bible as it symbolizes God and the perfect completion of His creations. Many verses in the Bible make reference to this number, and almost all of them are speaking about God's absolute power, kindness, grace, and the completion of His actions. In spirituality and numerology, 7 is a mysterious and spiritual number that is driven towards finding the true meaning of life and its realities. It is also the number that symbolizes knowledge and wisdom. Meaning of number 7 in the Bible. There is no other number that holds a more important place in the Bible as the number 7. It is the number of God, of absolute perfection, divine completion, and of the flawless foundation upon which He has created everything. In the Bible, 7 has been mentioned a total of 735 times, mostly at places where God has spoken about His creations. This count does not include the number of times God has used the words sevenfold or seventh, including these words takes the total number up to 860. For example, God took 7 days when He created this world. There are 7 days in a week, both of which represent completion. Also, it has been said that Adam's creation happened during the 7th month of the Hebrew calendar. The Bible, in its original form, was written over 7 books, again symbolizing divine completion, and even the total number of inspired versions is 49, which is 7 times the number 7. Further evidence that suggests the number 7 represents God's creation is that the word create has been used a total of 7 times in the book of Genesis, at 1-1, 1:21, 1:27, 3 times, 2-3, and 2-4. Apostle Paul made 7 names for Jesus Christ, as mentioned in the book of Hebrews. These names included High Priest 10:21, Heir of all things 1-2, Apostle 3-1, Forerunner 6:20, Author and Finisher of our faith 12-2, Captain of our salvation 2:10, and Author of salvation 5-9. Also, 7 people have been named in the Bible as God's man, including Shemaiah 1 Kings chapter 12 verse 22, Elisha 2 Kings chapter 5 verse 8, Moses Joshua chapter 14 verse 6, Igdaliah Jeremiah chapter 35 verse 4, Elijah 1 Kings chapter 12 verse 22, Samuel 1 Samuel 9-6, 14, and David 2 Chronicles 8:14. The number 7 can be found in many places of the Book of Revelations, such as the mention of 7 angels, 7 plaques, 7 churches, etc. Divine power and the sacredness of God are also represented by 7. On the day of Sabbath, it is said that Jesus showed 7 miracles to completely prove the kindness that God showed to His people of faith. These miracles included the casting out of an evil spirit that had possessed a man, Mark chapter 1 verse 21, curing a woman's unending fever, Mark chapter 1 verse 29, and returning the sight of a blind man, John chapter 9 verse 14, to name a few. In a year, there are 7 days that are considered holy in Christianity, with the 7th day falling in the 7th month of the year. They start with Passover and end with the last great day, with unleavened bread, Pentecost, trumpets, atonement, and tabernacles falling in between these 2 days. Spiritual meaning of number 7. 7 in spirituality is the number that represents mystery, study, and knowledge. It is considered to be a magical number due to its mysteriousness. The number encourages us to be more imaginative by pushing our worldview beyond our existing knowledge. There is greater awareness that comes with the number 7. The people who are most influenced by this number will find themselves lost in deep thoughts more often than others. As this number gets its energies from Saturn, there is an element of impractical daydreaming that may be associated with it. However, this can lead to a deeper understanding of life and its underlying truths. That is why 7 is also considered as the number of spiritual wisdom. If your life is impacted by the number 7 to a great extent, then this could mean that you need to pay more attention to your spiritual side. This could include working on your spiritual health and growth, something that most people achieve through deep reflection. Numerology meaning of number 7. According to numerology, there is an air of secrecy around people who are influenced by 7 in their lives. Other people might think of them as loners, as 7s make it very obvious that they don't like to socialize very much and prefer to remain at a distance. In numerology, the number 7 represents mystery, seriousness, independence, wisdom, and spirituality. The people who have the number 7 in their numerology chart tend to be very curious about everything. They have a habit of raising questions that many people do not even dream of asking their entire lives. As a result of their thirst for knowledge, 7s become wiser with age if they keep getting the answers they require. Many 7s develop a deeper spiritual understanding of life compared to other numbers. According to numerology, the number 7 is very good at analysis, logic, philosophy, and imagination. They are perfectionists, and also like to daydream quite a lot. For a 7, a busy lifestyle is not ideal, as they would rather prefer to be alone with their thoughts all day. They like to read, as it fulfills their thirst for knowledge. However, since 7s are not very social, they are likely to find difficulty in forming close relationships. Although they prefer to be alone most of the time, 7s still require meaningful relationships to live a happy life. It might be challenging for 7s to be considerate of other people, as their social skills can remain underdeveloped. However, with conscious effort, they can easily overcome this social challenge. There are a few more challenges which 7s must overcome during their life. For example, they may become arrogant about being more knowledgeable compared to other people, or develop a negative outlook on life.